Destiny 2 Kibou AR3 weapon review. Anyway, this auto rifle is a pretty decent one, especially for PvE. And one thing I will tell you, you actually get it from Anna Bray all the way in Mars, aka basically you get this little hard drive thing kind of randomly as a drop by doing stuff on Mars, and then you get this auto rifle by redeeming it. Or depending on what weapon you're on, like you could also get the sniper rifle or shotgun or whatever. But this is the auto rifle, and well, it's pretty good. And what it has basically is the precision frame type auto rifles, aka it's 150 rounds per minute. It's one of the slowest, so yeah. Basically, I think of well, I think there's another version of this with high caliber rounds, which was well when Destiny 2 came out, and it was a monster in PvP. And well, this one is kind of similar, but I think is geared more towards PvE because there's one perk on here which, well, makes it a little bit different. First, you have the Candle PS sight, which is kind of just your regular sight, and then you have the Flash HS5 scope, which basically is a red dot sight which highlights enemies. Then you have armor-piercing rounds, which, well, you can shoot through enemies and extends the range a little bit. And then you have tactical mag, which it can let you reload a little bit faster and actually gives you a bigger magazine size and more stability. Then you have Dragonfly, which is really what I meant and what changes this weapon from a PvP weapon to a PvE weapon. It's still good in player versus player, just gotta watch out for pulse rifles. But this perk is what makes this thing pretty good in PvP, because basically it's an auto rifle. You can just hold down the trigger on an enemy's face and then just melt a little bit, and well, they explode and damage anything nearby. And well, it can be explosion of any element. In this case, is arc, aka electricity, aka the blue stuff. And basically, this makes this weapon an ad-killing machine. And well, especially against like Thrall or Scions. But it's still pretty decent for things with higher health, like knights or whatnot. And well, it's pretty decent against bosses, unless you have a lower light level. If you have a lower light level and you're trying to do something, it might not be the best. I'd say equip either Darcy or Sleeper Simulant, which, well, you can actually do that since this is a legendary weapon, which, well, makes it pretty good if you want to swap it out and change it up a bit instead of just the usual loadout, especially in PvP. And other than that, mine is at 352, and I have a legendary mod on it, so it boosts up the light level. The actual stats on this are pretty good. It has a decent impact for an auto rifle. You have an absolute ton of range, not as much as that the one with the high caliber rounds. It has decent stability, and you can up that stability with the magazine perk. Then you have handling, which is okay, like it's good for an auto rifle of this rate of fire. And then the reload speed is, well, it's okay. It's nothing to really brag about, but it's not slow like hand cannons. And the magazine is 31 rounds, which, well, is quite a lot. Not as much as, like, Sweet Business, but hey, it still gets the job done. And the recoil pattern is actually pretty straightforward. Most of the aiming, I'd say, is done by strafing or whatnot. And, well, which is a good thing. And the hip fire is pretty decent, so you can probably use it in close quarters in PvP. So, anyway, This weapon is pretty good. Go ahead and pick it up if you want. Just change it up a little bit, and, well, see you later, and for some...